bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself,
Broadcasting to bring you this emergency action notification. This is a global emergency. Important information to follow.
The plasma shockwave struck Earth's magnetic field around lunchtime in the United States. It was very fast and moderate density shockwave with a powerful embedded magnetic field. The magnetic disruption to Earth came on much more quickly than anyone anticipated, and that includes me, who knows Earth's magnetic field is weakening. The geoelectric dynamics were furiously amplified in the Western world, and no, this mapping doesn't exist for anywhere else. But it was quite the pulse that we took as the geomagnetic storm reached level 4 just from this first impact, which was probably a combination of the first 2 eruptions, maybe 3. Magnetometer pulse was huge, similar to some of the biggest storms of the last 20 years, and we're just getting started.
How does this phenomenon work, and how rare is it?
Well, I mean, this is the biggest one since 2003. This is a G5. We have not had a G5 since 2003. So the way they do it is it goes from G1 through to G5. And yesterday, they were looking at what had come off the sun.
Millions of Americans could actually see the northern lights as far south as Alabama because of this very rare solar storm.
Right now, this active sunspot is so big you can see it using your solar eclipse glasses. We shot this on a sun-protected camera. At 124,000 miles long, this is one of the biggest sunspots ever seen.
Here are some new images from Yountville, Santa Clara County, and here in San Francisco. One of the strongest solar storms in decades is behind the light show.
The photos from around the world earlier today are just spectacular.
We're talking about a massive solar storm here. They are calling it a severe geomagnetic storm. It threatens to have an impact on our power grids, our communications, and just maybe give us a look at something that is very rarely ever seen here in the Southland.
Normally, one has to travel to places like Canada or Greenland to see this. But with the largest geomagnetic storm in almost 2 decades reaching Earth's atmosphere, the skies lighting up across America with colors seen as far as Florida and Texas.
The first of solar flares erupting Wednesday morning, directed towards Earth from the sun's corona.
So every 11 years, the sun does this kind of thing. And it's been brewing, and there have been these big sunspots and these big, patches of sunspots that are like 16 times bigger than our planet, just on the surface of the sun. And these things have been burping out. And so yesterday, NOAA could see these waves of plasma coming off the sun and did the calculations and said, look, somewhere between 5 and 7 of these are going to hit the Earth at the same time. And this could be a G4. This could be really big. And so everybody was excited for a G4. But you can't always predict with these things what is going to happen. And it turned out to exceed expectations. It was a G5. It was not just severe, it was extreme. And so, as I said, this hasn't happened since 2003. And the fact that you can see the northern lights in Vancouver, it tells the whole story. I mean, Vancouver is not north. That is basically on the southern border of Canada. You shouldn't be able to see northern lights there. And the fact that you could really speaks to what a spectacular event this was. And I've talked to friends in Alberta and Saskatchewan who say that it was just a breath to behold, just a beautiful sight.
Gorgeous, yes. These images right now, just looking at them.
For the first time in more than 20 years, an extreme solar storm is reaching Earth. It has lit up skies across the globe, and tonight, Australia will get an encore.
A series of solar flares paint the sky over the Swiss Alps. This celestial display, the product of the strongest geomagnetic storm to reach Earth in 2 decades. Overnight, for much of the globe, it only took a few steps to the backyard and a look skywards.
The whole sky is literally on fire. My God, I've never seen anything in like 30 years of astronomy.
Parts of the UK, Europe and the United States all treated to the remarkable phenomenon. And closer to home, Aurora Australis illuminated regions in South Australia, Tasmania and rarer still, WA.
I did a TV show, The End Is Nigh, where we did 6 world-ending scenarios. Well, the one that really worries me is this very one. This one, show episode number 3, where we get these coronal mass ejections, CMEs, back to back. So if you had really big ones, like he was talking about a third-story G5, wow, except in space there's no sound, it would just be, and these things, if they happen 12 hours apart, hypothetically, you could turn off the electricity in the whole world.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. And these shield boys.
The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation is a simple one. Don't let it happen. It depends on you.